but opportunity to grow and become your best self. Yeah, your attainable best self. How can we grow in all areas of our life and be who we're called to be? In this Design Your Attainable Best Self podcast series, we will learn about goal setting, planning, implementing in a way that's specifically for our mom life. Here, there is nothing extraordinary. We will learn how to prosper in all areas of our life, even after becoming a mom, with aligning our actions with our best self-definition. Here is MamaNest, a safe space full of love and commitment for all of the moms. Want to do this together? Then let's dive into this podcast series. Welcome, Mama. Be the best version of yourself, Mama. I'm Mahsa Rezaei, and welcome to MamaNest, a nest for mother moms who are eager to achieve a simpler, more intentional life. In this podcast, we're going to rewrite the script and reinvent the culture of motherhood together. Remember, becoming a mother is the beginning of our prosperity, not forgetting ourselves. A fulfilled, healthy, confident, and productive mom is all we need to be to guarantee our family's future. I'm on a mission to make you feel empowered and less overwhelmed. We'll focus on productivity, parenting, mindfulness, minimalism, sustainable lifestyle, financial awareness, besides family wellness. I'm here to help you broaden your horizon and gain clarity on showing up as your best mama self. So, let's build you up today. Let's dive into it. Hey Mama, how are you doing? Well, this is the second episode of this series of Designing Your Attainable Best Self, which I do believe it can help us in a ton of ways. As a mom, we just need to know how on earth we can attain our best self, attain our goals and dreams. And we have talked about it a little bit in episode number 22, which is the first episode of this series. And we've talked about deriving our goals and dreams, deriving our bucket list, writing a letter to our future best self, and then designing our personal growth plan for the next 3 months. And at the end of the previous episode, we reached to a list of 10 actions, which we call them the non-negotiable list of actions that if we focus on them and we do them on a regular basis, they can help us to feel better in every area of our life. Because we have assessed our wheel of life, and then we understood that there are some of the points that we can strengthen, there are some of the points that we can focus on in order to prosper in all of the areas of our life. But as you might have heard before in MamaNest, we do believe that the only thing that we can do in order to feel better in our life, in order to be a better mom, we just need to prosper all of the areas of our life and have a balanced wheel of life. And MamaNest Wheel of Life is a 10-section one of it that I think it is specifically designed for our mom life, and any mom can focus on them and then can design her personal growth plan based on that assessment, the assessment of Wheel of Life. So please go and grab episode number 22, listen to it, because this that episode was a prerequisite for this episode. Today we're going to cover the monthly planning. Monthly planning, not just some sort of normal monthly planning that we might have heard here and there. The kind of planning that is aligned with our best self-definition. And I think this is the most important part of it, because if we plan all of our actions, but we do not consider our best self-definition, we do not consider our goals and dreams, we might have forgotten all of them. We might have forgotten all of the things that we wanted in our brain, in our heart, deep down our heart, to become that person. If we do not consider them in our monthly planning, in our weekly and daily plannings, then what can we guarantee that we will be that person, that our future best self, I mean? So the only thing that we can do in order to rest assured that we will reach that best self-definition is to consider our best self-definition in all of the areas of our planning, goal setting, and everything. So this podcast series is of chronological order. If you are new to MamaNest podcast, please go and grab episode number 22 before listening to this episode, because otherwise you might think that maybe some of the parts are missed. But this series is really designed in a chronological order, and this is why I call it series, because otherwise all of them were some sort of individual podcast episodes. But this Design Your Attainable Best Self series contains 4 episodes, and the number of those episodes are 22 to 25. So please make sure to listen to episode number 22 before this. Now let's roll up our sleeves and go to monthly planning. So the first step, in my opinion, is to check our 3-month reflections and plannings. So in the previous episode, I've talked about 3-month growth plan that we have derived. So we need to go through them, see what were all of the plans that we had in order to prosper in all of the areas of our life. And most importantly, at the end of each season, each 3 months, we need to reflect on what we have done and assess our life one another time. And whenever we are doing any monthly planning, we need to go and check them, review them, because they will definitely have lots of vital facts inside those reflections that can help us to do better in this month of our life. So this is the first and foremost step. And the second step is to reflect on our last month's performance. The lessons learned of last month and the things that we have written down for ourselves, for example, to remember for the next month. So I highly recommend you have a reflection session after each month, after each 3 months, and after each year, because it can help you in a ton of ways after that. And whenever you're planning for the month ahead, whenever you have written down something about the past year, the past month, the past lessons learned of your life, they can help you definitely for doing better in the future. So don't ever overlook these kind of reflections on your life, because they will return to you tenfold. And so in the third step, I want you to write your goals, write your intentions, and whatever you want to just pay attention to and they're important to you for this month. Considering all of the personal growth plans, and considering all of the reflections of the previous month, and considering all of the goals and dreams that we have is really good. But you need to act in a more specific way. So specifically for this month, based on all of your dream list and bucket list and goals and stuff, what do you really want to achieve this month? What are your intentions for this month? What do you want to pay attention to this month? Please write them down for yourself. And this was the third step. In the fourth step, I want you to check your monthly calendar and define any event, birthday, project deadline, any upcoming event for your kids, like the vaccinations or stuff. And please consider them, write them down in your planner. Even I say that, for example, the project deadlines of your husband, because definitely these events in your life and these upcoming things in your life affect your schedule on a day-to-day basis. Just consider this example. Your child is going to have a vaccination appointment in, for example, 2 weeks from now. And so around those days, you might be a little bit stressy and a little bit nervous. And after the vaccination, you might face 1 or 2 days of your child's sickness. So considering all of them in advance and thinking about them in advance will help you to be more, realistic about your life situation, and then plan based on your current situation, based on your realistic situation, not just to be ideal and plan everything, and then you go through the days of your month and you see that, oh my God, and you cannot implement those plans, and then you get disappointed, you feel resentment, and this is a vicious cycle that happens for all of us. So why not, in the first place, consider all of the events that you might face in the next month, and then based on them, plan realistically. So this was the fourth step. And in the fifth step, I want you to write down your monthly tasks. It is some sort of brain dump. Please write down all of the things that are engaging your mind. Let your poor mind to just rest for a while. Why are we just handling all of these tasks in our mind, and we really expect our brain to remind all of them, and because we didn't write them down in a piece of paper, we might think that we do not have lots of tasks, and some of the times vice versa, because they're in our mind and we do not see them, we might think that, okay, I do not have any tasks. So please do this for the sake of your brain, and after that you would really, really, truly experience a sense of relief, because whenever we are writing down what is in our mind, our brain really feel this relief, and I think this some sort of mental burden would come down on the piece of paper, and you would feel really great afterwards. So after writing down your monthly tasks, you're good to go for your weekly planning in alignment with your best self definition. All you need to do is to write what are the habits that you want to stick to for the next month, and then you're good to go. So after doing this step, you just need to do one more step, and that is writing down what are the habits that you want to stick to. Some of the resources tell you that you can, for example, build around 6 habits each month. Some of the resources tell you 4, but I tell you 3, no more than 3. If you can only focus on one habit for a month, it is perfect. But if you're a kind of perfectionist person that you want to do everything, and you are really expecting high from yourself, 3 is the good number. So define 3 habits that you want to build in this month of your life, in the upcoming month. And so with doing all of these steps, you're good to go for your weekly planning in alignment with your best self-definition. So let's just recap what we have been through. In the first step, I wanted you to check your 3-month reflections and plannings in order to know what were the pain points, what were the success factors of you in the previous 3 months and stuff. In the second step, I wanted you to reflect on your last month's notes, your lessons learned, your, everything that you have written down in order to remember for the next month. You need to go through them. In the third step, I wanted you to write your specific goals and intentions for this month. Fourth step was to check your monthly calendar and define any event, birthday, project deadline of any kind, everything important that is going to happen for you, your children, your husband, because all of them would impact your life, and you need to be realistic about your situation. And in the fifth step, I wanted you to write down your monthly tasks. writing down your monthly task. It's like a brain dump. So please write down all of the things that you have written in your mind. And in the 6th step, I wanted you to write what are the habits that you want to stick to in the following month. Please pick no more than 3. In some of the resources, they tell you to, I don't know, stick to 6 habits each month, but I think 3 is a good number, especially for us moms that have busy days, and not being distracted is a hard thing for us. So with all of these steps, I can tell you that we're good to go for our weekly planning in alignment with our best self definition. So I hope this episode also blesses you in some way, and it helps you in some way. So stay tuned for the next 2 episodes in this series, which is going to cover the weekly planning and daily planning in alignment with our best self-definition. I wish you the best in this path of growth, and goodbye, Mama. Thanks for listening to the MamaNest podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe. That way, you'll receive fresh episodes every week. Did you know that together we can change the forgotten culture of caring and sharing and prove that we care for each other and ourselves? You need to head over to iTunes, subscribe, and then leave a positive review so that many more women can benefit. The second way is to take a screenshot of this very episode, tag me at MamaNest Official, and go share it in your Instagram stories. I truly look forward to connecting with you. So stay tuned.